Well, now that I've calmed down and I've literally threw the monkey off my back, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm still trying to figure out 90% of the things that happen in my life and wonder why the hell I'm still being the person that I am. You know, one of the things that is always on my mind after my big repent session or after my big, fucking losing it session is one of the things that I've tried to figure out is there a God? I mean, everybody sits there and says that there is. Everybody says that they've seen him. Everybody has said that they're, that they wonder if he's really there. But the question is, how do we even know? Yeah. How do we even know? I mean, you see all these people praying for their grandma or their grandpa or their loved one when they're at the hospital, and they're praying, and they're praying and they're praying and they're hoping, they're asking the Lord upstairs, oh, give grandma one more day, or give, our family member one more day. And then they get one more day. Or they get one more, month or one more year. I mean, people are just not ready for all of this. And in my dream that I had, let me rephrase what I said. Okay, so Sunday, I said that I tried to drown myself, okay? Actually, it was a dream. Yeah, it was a dream. I literally had a dream of me trying to kill myself. Yeah, literally, I had a dream of myself drowning in a bathtub. And I saw two angels basically smack me and say, Jack, what the fuck are you doing? Or what are you fucking doing? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you submerging yourself in a bathtub of water? Well, so yes, that's what happened to me on Sunday. I literally had a dream about me submerging myself and literally killing myself, and I had two angels basically tell me, Jack, wake the fuck up, what the fuck are you doing, and why are you trying to kill yourself? Because we all know that I would never go through with something like that. Because I'm a bitch. I would never be able to kill myself because, one, I'm not able to do stupid shit like that. And I would never be able to go through with it. Because, one, I just can't do something like that. And it's stupid. It's a waste of my time. It's the coward's way out, basically. So yeah, I would never do that. Yeah, I would never do that. Because there's just no reason to. There's no reason to kill yourself. Yes, there's just no fucking reason to kill yourself. There's no fucking reason to just even, do it. Because it's stupid. Because if there's anybody who really does give a flying fuck about you, they would miss the shit out of you. Second of all, somebody else would have to, take care of your dead carcass laying there in your fucking house. Somebody would have to clean you up. Somebody would have to come there, clean your dead carcass up off the ground, have the coroner look at you and go, oh my God. They would have to have somebody fucking come to your house and, scrape your dead body off the fucking ground. So yeah, and you don't want that. And thirdly, there'd be people that would just sit there and talk about it all the time, and beat it till it's, into death. I mean, that know you, like friends that know you, like, oh, why did Jack do it? Why did Jack do it? Why did he do that? Why didn't he reach out? This is me reaching out, okay? This is how I reach out to people. I do videos. My last video, YouTube actually put an age restriction on it because I said I was fucking done. Which basically, I am. I'm done. I'm just gonna fucking continue to live my life. I'm gonna continue to fucking be me. And I'm going to fucking, do what I gotta do every fucking day. I have to live my life, take care of me, because there's nobody in my life. And I sure as hell think that there's never ever gonna be a woman in my life. So I'm gonna be alone, okay? I'm bad Santa, okay? I'm bad Santa, but I don't rob, stores. I don't take from people. I try to be happy. I try to live my life to the fullest. I try to live like I don't have anything to look forward to when I do. But there comes a time in a person's life when they need to realize to themselves that somewhere deep down, things are going to change for something, and they're going to change, and they're going to start working the way they're supposed to work. And that's just every day. Things are going to work out. They have to. Things are going to change. They have to. Things can't be so effing bad that you hate your life every day. It just can't be that way. Now, the I'm done video, the I'm effing done video, was only 18 seconds. It was only 18 minutes. It was basically a short. That's what it was. I fucking lost it. I have no idea what came over me. But I know one thing. I just can't keep on having this problem. But my biggest question is, yes, is there really a God? Because people look up, they ask him for answers. They ask him all the time. They say, "Hey, dude, when are you going to turn around and make my life better?" When, they always look straight ahead too. It's like they're talking to themselves. But they always say, "Hey, God, when are you going to change my life? Hey, God, when are you going to make my dick bigger? Hey, God, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that?" But God never, God doesn't seem like he answers back to you. And do we really even want to know if God, is around? Like, if he touched us, we die instantly. Yeah. It's like that song, "What if God was one of us?" It's exactly like that stupid song. It is. Because would you actually want to see God? Would you actually want to talk to him? And what would you say to him if you actually saw him? I mean, it's like Liar Liar. It's like Jim Carrey's movie. Or no, Bruce Almighty. It's like Bruce Almighty. Sorry, not Liar Liar. It's like Bruce Almighty. Is that really how God is? I mean, if there's anybody that can play God, it's probably Morgan Freeman, but, But, what is God like? I mean, what is God like? Seriously, what is he like? What would God do? Would God play Would God play ping pong with you? And then if you beat him, would he kill you? I mean, would he smite you right there, you know? I mean, what would he do? I mean, I would never really understand. You know, I would probably stand there and probably God would kill me after like a couple of days or after talking to me for a couple of seconds because, you know, like everything else I've done in this world, I've probably made him hate me too. So, I mean, I live my life every day like it's my last day on this earth. I do have people who follow me. I do have people who understand me. I do have people who get me. And I do, you know, understand that there are things in my life that are totally out there and people just don't really know how to take Jack into consideration. Not a lot of people really understand me, and I get it. But one of the things that really starts to make my toes curl is that why is porn such a bad thing? All it is videos. Yeah. All it is videos. It's just movies. Yeah. It's just movies or clips of stuff that people do every day in their life. People have sex. And what's so wrong about having sex? I've never understood that. I've never understood what's wrong with having sex. I don't have sex because I don't have anybody in my life to do it with me because no girl ever wants to be around this. Yeah, no girls like this guy. None. I'll tell you, I'm not anyone's favorite. The only thing women do with me, I mean, the only women that do anything with me is they basically ask me to buy them stuff, and I do it because I'm a nice guy. I think maybe if I, buy girls stuff or do things for girls, maybe it'll rub off on them and they might, cuddle with me every once in a while or get to know me or talk to me. But no, it just is one of those things that happens. So I just continue to be myself. Yeah. The greatest thing since sliced friggin' bread. Myself. Yeah, and it's funny, when a girl tells me to go fuck myself, I always do. Yeah, I always do. Yeah. Fuck myself all the time. It's the most action I get every day. But anywho, I'm not really worried about it anymore. Like I said, I'm done. I just live my life every day from one day to the next. Hey, outdoorsmen, if you're really excited, Game Fair's coming next month. You got Game Fair. Woo! Game Fair! Woo! I don't even know what Game Fair is. No, I think it's a big, huge, outdoorsman show or something at the convention center. God, I love the new Bronco. I hope someday I get a new Bronco. The only Bronco I can afford is the one from fucking Walmart. Yeah. That's the only Bronco I could ever afford. Yeah, I dropped off a passenger last night. She had a Bronco. And I told her that I wanted a Raptor, and she was like, "Oh, that's nice." like a Bronco Raptor's like really hard to get or something. Everything's hard to get when you're a loser. I'm a loser, baby. So somebody kill me. Oh wait, that's not how the song goes. I don't know. You know, Grand Casino Arena, home of the Minnesota Wild. I'll be there. How about you? Grand Casino Arena. The G-Spot. Oh, look, a BMW. Yay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wake up in the morning, you know, every day, and it's just like really funny. I mean, like, so you know the song by Kesha, right? Everybody said that, you know, the song by Kesha, you know? So now, after the whole court case and everything, if you wake up feeling like P. Diddy, does that mean that you, like, are feeling all sticky and, like, you know, in a jumpsuit? Wake up in the morning feeling like Pete Diddy. Ew, gross. Jumpsuit and cum. Ugh. It's like the time when R. Kelly pissed on chicks. I don't know, man. But yeah, that is my answer. That's my answer right now, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm saying to myself that I've always wondered that, and I've been wondering that ever since. Is there a God? Yes. Seriously, is what, bitch? I could go however fast I want to go on the fucking road. You can suck a fat dick. I'm going 65 miles an hour because I'm not in the mood to speed right now. Yeah, there's no reason to speed. I mean, everybody else is going 90 fucking miles an hour and I'm in the fucking slow lane. Yeah. I'm in the slow lane, guaranteed to lose your mind. I'm in the slow lane. If you're gonna go on that lane, you better exit. Yeah, dude. Yeah, but see, the thing is that, like, I don't understand why people need to drive 90 fucking miles an hour with their head on fire. There's no fucking reason for it. But, like, yeah, that's my question. That is my question, and that's what's on my mind right now is if you literally came face to face in contact with God and he told you that he was God and he had credentials showing you that he was God, what would you actually say to him? What would you actually do with him? You know? I mean, how would he actually tell you that he was God? Would he, like, kill you and then resurrect you? Yeah. I mean, that's the only way people would be like, dude, that'd be, like, so cool. You'd be like, dude, you know, kill me and then resurrect him. And then all of a sudden he does it. And then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, that'd be, like, the coolest birthday party ever. You know, like, that'd be the coolest present, or, like, well, not the coolest present, but that'd be, like, a great party trick. Like, you know, yeah. But that'd be like a party trick. But here's the thing, though, dude. But how would you really know that it's God? Yes. See, because in the movie Bruce Almighty, the only way that he knew that he was literally by God was because God was giving him tasks to do, and then he would, he told him not to toy with the Lord. Yes. And the thing about me is that I am not really ready to die. I don't want to die. I just sometimes think that if I wasn't here, would the world would go on without me? Because I'm not somebody like an Ozzy Osbourne or a Malcolm Jamal Warner. I'm not. God bless. I mean, rest in peace to those two guys, because they both died, and it sucks. And their passing was terrible. I mean, especially Ozzy Osbourne, a legend, a rock god, but he was getting old. Yes, and people do die. Malcolm Jamal Warner, he died of drowning, which sucks. I mean, sometimes when you're in the water and you get those rip currents, sometimes those currents can take you and suck you in. It just sucks. We lost two great people. But the thing is like me, I say, I sit here and say, if I was to go, who would miss me? I mean, there's so many friends on my Facebook page that say, oh yeah, I'd miss you, I'd miss you, I'd miss you, I'd miss you. But that's just one of the things that, comes up on my podcast all the time is, you say these things, but to mean them is to understand them. And I'm not saying that I want to die. I'm not saying that I want to die. I'm not saying that the world would be a better place if I was alive or not. It would probably suck. It probably would. But the thing is that, people go through life. That's a wrap. That's a nice looking color on that cheek. Yeah, it's a wrap. But people go through life all the time worrying about what they want to do with their lives. I was going to be at the airport at 8:30. I'll be there soon. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I'm going right to the airport. Uh-huh. Yeah. I got time, dude. Just chill a little bit. Yeah, chill for a minute. But my thing is that people, people say some weird things. I've heard people even say that I hate my life, that I want to end my life, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they don't go through it. They don't mean it. They say, oh God, I wish I could erase that and start all over. And some people, they end up losing their lives. They end up dying. And they can't come back from that. And yes, it does suck. I mean, I don't want to die. I'm not ready to die yet, but I don't know when my time is coming. I don't know when my time is going to be up. But I know that if I die, I'm going to miss out on a lot of things. Yes. Some people want like an Armageddon kind of ending where they're basically running through the streets of New York and an asteroid just like takes out a whole building and they, run away and they survive it. Yes. But then, these asteroids, hit these cars and then they survive it and then they keep on, they keep on living and they're like, oh shit, I avoided that, or I got out of that untimely death, or, I didn't die from that, situation. But you never know when the next one's coming. No. You never know. No. And you can live your life every day like you have nothing to live forward to. Me, I wake up every day, I wake up every day and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad to be alive. And I hope that my day gets better. I hope something in my life is better. I hope I'm happy. I'm hoping that something changes. I'm hoping that I win the lottery. I'm hoping that, something goes my way. I'm hoping that some girl asks me to go out on a date, or somebody wants to do something with me. Like, even my friends. Like, I would like my friends to say, hey, let's go to Jersey Mike's. I'll buy for you. Not me buy for them all the time. But the thing is the reason why I do what I do is because I love so many people. I love my friends. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my family. I love all the people that want to be around me, including my fans. People who watch me on these videos. I mean, yeah, you're probably sitting there saying, oh, dude, get the hell off of Twitch and, go tell your sob story on some other fucking website. Or, quit getting on Facebook and going Facebook Live and wasting everybody's time. Well, the one thing is that, I don't really have a lot of friends. I have people who follow me. I have people who get on Facebook and follow me and they say, hey, that cat Jack is one bad mother. I mean, shut your mouth. I'm talking about Jack. But the reason for the name change, the reason why Jack Craning is dead or Jonathan Craning is dead is because, one, I don't want to be that person anymore. I've moved on. So I've even told my parents, I said I love and respect my parents, but I do not want to be a Craning anymore. I don't want to be a Craning anymore. There's not anybody in the Craning family that is, anybody that was famous. I mean, yeah, my grandma Marge, she worked for Senator Barry Goldwater. She was a secretary for him. And I tell people that all the time. And they're like, oh, that's cool. But the Craning last name isn't really anything, big. And so, I don't want to be a Craning. I want to be a Claus. I want to be Klauz. Klauz. Claus. I want to be a Claus. Everybody says that that's Klaus. Well, actually, it's Claus. Yes, it's Claus. That's the way I say it. So, the reason why I want to be a Claus is because my hair and beard and everything else is eventually turning white. I'm getting legendary. I'm getting old. And so, I don't want to be Jack Craning, aka Camo Claus. I want to be Jaximus Frosty Claus, because that's what I want to be. Also known as Camo Claus. And that's what I want to be. And yes, Brian, you're absolutely right. I can be an alias if I want to. but I also can change my name. That's what you can do in the great US of A. You can change your name to be something that makes you happy. You can be something that makes you feel good about yourself. And me, I feel good about being the Claus. I don't feel good about being Jack Craning anymore. Because I've been there. I've done Jack Craning for 40 some, for 42 years of my life. I've been Jack Craning and, being Camo Claus and being that for 13 years. We'll take 13 years from 45, and I've been Camo Claus for over 13 years. Hey, what's up, Brendan? Glad you're on with me because, you probably watched the last video where I ended up blowing up on the spot and basically telling everybody to go fuck themselves. But I'm actually feeling a lot better. But no, I want to be a Claus because the thing is that Jaximus Claus makes me feel so much better about myself. I love being around people when I call them, when they call me Jaximus. When they say my name, when they say Jaximus Claus, they're like, dude, you're cool. You look awesome. You have great hair. Your braids are nice. You're glowing. You're excited. You're happy. And that's what I am. I'm a happy and excited person to be a Claus. That's how I feel. Okay? That's what makes me feel better about myself. I like feeling better about myself. I like having a positive attitude. I don't like feeling like my whole world is completely and utterly shut down to where I don't have to do it. If you want to pass me, lady, go for it. Pass me. I'm not moving for you. You can pass me. It's called driving, you asshole. Pass. Why do I have to get out of the way for you, dickhead? God, I hate that. Okay, people, if you're on 494, okay? If you're on 494 right now and you see a groom van driving the speed limit, if you want to pass me on the left-hand side, okay? And then get back in the lane. Don't fucking make me move. I'm not moving for you. You can eat a fat dick. Pass me. Grow a pair of balls and pass me. I didn't. Sorry, but I'm glad you're better. Well, thank you. I'm going through, basically I'm fucking done. I'm finally done to the point where I'm tired of trying to balance everybody's life on top of me like I'm Atlas. I'm not holding up the earth for anybody anymore. I'm living my life and trying to be me, which I'm trying to be Jaximus Claus. Because Jack Craning is dead to me, okay? If anybody could really see what I'm trying to say, Jaximus Craning, Jack Craning, right? Jack Craning, Jonathan Edward Craning is no longer who I am. I do not answer to that person much. I do, but I tell people I tell people that I'm changing my name to Jaximus Claus because that's what I want to do. I want to be Jaximus Claus because I want to be happier. I want to be in a better state of mind. I want to feel better about myself, okay? I want to live my life the way that I want to live. I'm not moving away from Minnesota, by the way. I love Minnesota. It's a great place to live. I enjoy it here. The weather is great. I enjoy the snow. I enjoy everything about Minnesota, okay? I'm going to live my life here. I'm going to die here. Because the thing is that I love it here. People can come visit me in Minnesota if they really and truly want to. Y'all can come visit me like I can come visit you. Yeah. I'm down for visiting everybody. I'm down for them visiting me. It just has to happen. I mean, we all live in a world where things happen for a reason. And when they happen, they surprise the shit out of us. Yes, they do. But like I said, I'm going to see a pastor on August 8th. His name is Tyler. He's from the River of Life Church in St. Joe. I'm going to go see him. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have coffee with him. And I hope that I can get some answers. I hope that he is willing to get on my podcast and sit down with me and talk on my podcast about things, about life. Because there are a lot of questions. Because I'm a person who sometimes feels like they lost their faith. Because I feel like sometimes God is right there telling me, hey Jack, you're going to be fine. Everything's going to be good. And then sure as shit, something turns around in me and I just stop feeling like I care anymore. I stop feeling like God is even there. I start hating everything. I hate people. I hate God. I hate life. Because I just don't know what to think anymore. But I really and truly don't know what to think anymore. I have no idea. And my life just kind of goes downhill. And the one thing that I start to do is I start to think about my faith. I start to think, well, if God cared about me so much, then why the hell isn't he right here, giving me millions of dollars? Why is he just laughing at me like a kid, like a kid laughs at a clown? Why can't God just see that if I had my wish and I snapped my fingers and I had $70,000 or $80,000, I could just pay off all my debts and basically start living again. I mean, $80,000, yeah, I'd pay off my debts and I'd go put some money down on a car, but I wouldn't pay the car off because I might need some money to take care of some problems or to take care of some stuff. But if my debts are gone, my debts are gone. But I want to make sure that somebody I truly care about, who I ruined her entire life, I want to make sure she gets back to where she lives, back to her home, back to her country, with her kids and everybody in her family. They're happy. Because I want Joe to have a good life. Shut up. Just shut the... Why do people on Twitch just bother everybody? If a girl can lick a fucking microphone and make pussy noises, I can fucking have my problems, okay? Shut up. Yeah. I hate Twitch. It's one of the stupidest streaming sites ever. Well, yeah. you go on Twitch and you listen to girls just sit there and lick the microphone all day long, and these guys who live in their mom and dad's basement get off on this shit. Yeah, they get off on this shit. They live in their mom and dad's basement. They're like, oh my god, this girl's like licking her microphone. Oh, oh. Yeah. That's what they do. Yeah, they like have nothing better to do. They're the same kind of people who get off on like Final Fantasy, the new video game, the new Final Fantasy game. They get off on like Tifa and like, with her big, fake video game boobs and shit like that. I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, they have nothing better to do besides like whack off in their basement. Yeah. Anyway. But anyway, so getting back to what I was saying, the world we live in right now is a place that is so untouchable that people just do not understand that you have a calling, you have a reason for living, and some people just want to go on living and be happy, and other people would like good things to happen for them. I have nothing against going to church and going to church and listening to like hymns and stuff, but one of the churches that I went to, Westwood, I went to Westwood Church. I went to Westwood Church, and they play electric guitars. Yeah, they play electric guitars. They play rock and roll music, or they play acoustic music, and they do it in church. Yeah, they do it in church, and they sing pretty good Christian music. Yes, they do. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with a church that plays, instruments and, plays good Christian rock music in church. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. But a lot of people will say that that's not acceptable in church. They want somebody to play an organ. They want somebody to, sing hymns and everything else. And no. I like the lady at church who stands there with her hands up and goes and like does the dance and stuff, and she's like thinking, she's taking it all in. She's like sitting there taking it all in. She thinks God's like literally like touching her insides and making her feel like really exciting. I mean, I've seen that. I went to church one time, and this one lady was sitting there. She was in the front of the crowd, and she was just like, oh, like she was just like, hallelujah, woo, like, I mean, she was totally swimming. She was just swimming in the Lord, she's like, woo, hallelujah, like it was a Southern Baptist church or something like that, and they were like, flipping cartwheels, and they were like, I've seen the light, they were like, like that and shit, But that was the kind of stuff that was going on, and I had to laugh because, well, at Westwood Church that I went to, that's exactly what was going on. This lady was feeling it. She was totally getting into the mix, and she totally was. She was just like, woo, I'm one with the Lord, like hallelujah, hallelujah, Hercules, Hercules, That's exactly what she was like, and she was like, she was living. Yeah, she was living. Yeah, she was living. She was having a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But, but the sermons and all this other stuff, the sermons and all the stuff, the reading of the Bible, the book and everything, I mean, You know, it's nice to have a pastor read it for you, because I can't sit down long enough to listen to somebody, tell me that God loves me. Yeah, I can't sit there and tell that God loves me. I mean, I need to have somebody tell me that. But I sit there every day, and I sit there every day, and I go, how bad does he really love me? I mean, how am I supposed to feel? Am I supposed to feel like this fever, like I need more cowbell, or am I just supposed to sit there and go, huh, yay, God touched me, woo, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I really have no idea, because I don't know. Because I'm not one of those kind of people that just basically, when I go to church, I feel like my whole entire insides are just like, I feel like, it's not like I feel like, it's not the word flustered or verklempt. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. That's what I don't get. I don't understand how I'm supposed to feel when I get out of church. Am I supposed to feel like, yay, I went? Or am I supposed to feel like I just shot a giant load on Pamela Anderson? I mean, that's what I don't know. I mean, that's why people tell me, Jack, you'll never be a pastor. You'll never be a minister, because you never know what kind of a person you are, and you still like porn. But why is porn such a sinister thing? I mean, porn is like the devil's hot sauce, It's like, woo! You can't look at that kind of stuff because it's so bad and degrading to women. Well, what's degrading to men? Yeah, I mean, what's degrading to men? There are women out there that like to look at naked guys. I like to look at naked guys. Yes. Unfortunately, Jack is kind of bisexual. If you never knew that. Guys, I mean, I don't mind looking at other guys. Unless they have to be really muscular, chiseled and shit like that. And I do say that sometimes guys are very attractive. Yes. Yes. There are some guys out there that are very attractive. They're very hot. Ryan Reynolds, I think he's hot. I'm sorry. If I look like Ryan Reynolds, shit, maybe I'd get laid. But again, the personality's hooked to this. So if I look like Ryan Reynolds with my personality, shit, I would never get laid. No. I'd be just another jackass in this world. Literally, jackass. So anyway, but Jack Black is a great guy, and he gets laid all the time. Everyone loves him. I just basically want to be a cross between Jason Momoa. Yeah, I want to be a cross between Jason Momoa and Jack Black. That's basically what I want to look like. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to look like. Is a cross between Jason Momoa, Jack Black, and Chris Hemsworth. Those are the three guys that I want to look like. Yeah. Well, I want to be yeah. So if there are four guys that I could take and change my body to look like them, or no, actually, we'll put five. We'll put 5 guys on it. Yeah. We'll put 5 guys on it. 5 guys does sound good for food right now, but no. We'll put 5 guys on it. So if there are 5 guys that I would love to look like, it'd be Jack Black, Jason Momoa, Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall's the bodybuilder from Stoked-on-Trent. Chris Helmsworth and Ryan Reynolds. Those are my five. I'd love to have the long hair like I have right now. Yep. I'd love to have, not a six-pack, but like a muscular, beefed up, stuck out chest. Big, big arms, big legs. Have the Chris Helmsworth kind of like chiseled face, the Jason Momoa cool ass hair, and the whatever. And then have the Jack Black attitude. Or I could just be myself, because that's what I am. I'm just not good looking. I just don't go to the gym and work out all the fucking time, because I have no fucking time. Because I'm always working and I'm always sleeping. That's all I fucking do. I work and sleep. Work and sleep. That's all I fucking do. Yes, that's all I fucking do, is work and sleep. Because I have nothing better to do with my life. But now, I've realized to myself that if I want to do something with myself, I have to do it with myself. I have to fucking work myself. So, now, I'm going home when I get done with work sometimes, and I'm going to start working out. Yeah, I'm going to start working out. So I'm going to work out for an hour or 2 hours when I go home, and then I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to work myself to being tired. That's what I'm going to do. Yes. I'm going to work myself to being tired. Because that's what I want to do. Because if there's anybody who's going to make myself better, it's me. And literally, I've said this to myself now, that if I'm going to make anything work with me, I'm going to have to do it myself. So, I'm going to have to work on myself. Because that's the only fucking way I can be, is myself. And, there are so many people in this fucking world who sit there and they say, Jack, the only person that has to work on themselves is you. Because, well, you have to. You have to work on yourself. You have to make yourself better. But, there's only so much that you can do to make yourself better. But, that's all you gotta do, is you can only make yourself better. Because there's only one thing in this world that you can do, and that's better yourself. Because there's only one person who's gonna take care of themselves, and that's you. You gotta take care of yourself. Because that's all you gotta do, is take care of yourself, man. So, that's what I'm going to say. Your final thought, and basically everything that you have to think about for yourself, is better yourself. And if you don't better yourself, then you're not going to be better for anybody else out there. Everybody has to love themselves before they can love somebody else. I don't understand how all these people are telling me that I gotta remove the space. And I gotta do stuff to better, to get cheap viewers on streambo.org or whatever the fuck it is. Because I don't know who that faggot is. I don't care who he is. But I'll tell you right now, the thing is that if you don't love yourself, you'll never love anyone else. Yes, I had a little bit of a problem and a little bit of a snafu. But, the one thing that you gotta do is you gotta fucking work out for yourself. And if you do 100 push-ups in 100 days, so like if you do 100 push-ups, if you do 100 push-ups for 100 days, you'll look better. You'll look back on yourself and you'll be like, holy shit, I never ever thought that I looked that way. It's not hard to do 100 push-ups in 100 days. Sometimes you just have to be motivated to do things. Me, I'm going to start doing things for myself. Because that's the only person that I can be is myself. I've had a lot of friends and a lot of people tell me, Jack, if you want to do something in this world, you have to do it for yourself. And sometimes you just have to do it sometimes for yourself. And that's the only way you can be. You know, I love people, and I swear that sometimes in my life, things can be better. But also, things can be downright amazing. And sometimes you just have to work out and you have to do things for yourself. Because the only person right now in this world that even matters for you is yourself. And then you can love your friends. I mean, yeah, the good Lord is always around us. Everybody says that He is. You know? And you just have to believe. And sometimes it's really hard to believe. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then how can you believe in God? Because everything has to happen for a reason. Things have to change. The world has to go into a different kind of a world to be a place where we can be better. So, all I gotta say is that, you know, things happen for a reason. And I'll tell you right now, things have just gotta change. Thank you to people who watched today's show. And I just want to say thanks again for everything. I love all you guys. I want you guys to understand that. I'm sorry that I had a blow up in a recent video. YouTube changed it to a category, you know, not good enough for kids. But see, Camo Claus, you know, Camo Claus is a different kind of Santa Claus. I mean, I want people to love me and I want people to care about me. I want people to understand who I really am. But the thing is that the only way that you're really going to know who I am is if you understand me. And basically, I have to understand myself. So, I just want to say thanks again to all my viewers and to everybody who watched me today. Because I just want to say thanks again and I love you guys. I'm trying to get better and things just have to change. So, just got to make everything better and have a positive attitude. Alright, take care. I had to go get my passengers.